Hey guys, what's up? What's good? It's your girl Ashley and welcome back to the channel. So for today's video, what I'm going to be doing is bringing to you this reverse ombre cut crease makeup look. The best part about this video is I did use all collab makeup. Yes, collab on the eyes, the face, the lips, the whole shebang on my face. If you guys are new to my channel, you guys aren't really sure what collab makeup is. It's pretty much an all new makeup line that I myself, along with 7 other beauty influencers on the internet, collaborated with Sally Beauty on. It's exclusive to Sally Beauty stores in the US and in Canada. It's around drugstore price point and it's cruelty free. It's honestly an amazing line and I really wanted to film another video so that way I could use the products, show you guys how they work, show you different looks, show you how you can get the most out of affordable products. So if you guys haven't seen my first video, definitely check it out. I give you guys a little bit more of a backstory. I show you guys how I use some of the products and stuff like that. So I'll link it in the cards if you guys haven't seen it. And with that, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also click that little bell so that you guys are notified anytime I upload a new video, which is 2 times a week, every single week. And without further ado, I'm gonna show you guys how I got this look, so let's do this. Hey guys, what is up? What's going on? So today's video, I'm gonna start off with my brows. I know, big shocker, I normally do my brows off camera, but since I didn't show you how our brow products performed in our last video, I wanted to show you how they perform in this video. So I will be using the Collab Shape and Shade Ultra Fine Brow Pencil. I am in the shade Rich Brown, which honestly is a perfect match for my brows. It is a super slim eyebrow pencil. It has a spoolie on one end, and then it has the retractable brow pencil on the opposite end, which I really, really like. So I'm gonna take this. What I love about it is that you can create fine hair-like strokes. You can do a very bold brow or you can do a super natural brow. I like more of an in-between brow. Let's keep it real. I like more of a defined brow, so I will just be filling in my brows with this product. I am going to take it and I'm going to draw a line directly underneath my eyebrow. And I'm putting more pressure as I get to the tail of my eyebrow, because I do like for my tail to be the most defined part of my brow, and I'm extending it just a little bit. Once I have that line drawn, I'm gonna go up and create hair-like strokes, just like this, and I'm gonna do that all the way throughout the brow. And then I'm gonna change directions as I get to the tail. Next, I'm gonna take my spoolie and I'm just gonna brush upwards, especially towards the front of the brow, because I don't want it to be too harsh and blocky looking. So I'm just gonna take my spoolie and I'm gonna brush it throughout my brow. So this is pretty much the general shape of my brow. That's how I do it. That's how I get down. I do notice sometimes that I kind of forget to put a little bit of product right here. So I'm just gonna run it back and forth like so. You guys know I absolutely love to carve out my brows with a little bit of concealer and also prime my eyelids with concealer. So I will be using the No Flaws Cream Concealer by Collab in the shade 0405. And I'm going to take a synthetic concealer brush just like this. And I like to use a concealer brush that is somewhat skinny because it's super easy for me to carve out underneath my brows. So I'm going to take this brush and I'm just going to apply concealer directly underneath my brows. Then I'm just going to take the concealer and I'm going to run it all over my eyelids. Not only is this going to prime my eyelids, but it's also going to mute it and cancel out any veins or discoloration you may have. All right, so this is probably as good as my brows are going to get. So the next thing I'm going to do is set my entire lid with the face powder. I will be using the Kill to Shine Press Powder by Collab. I'm going to use 0607 Honey Almond. The eyeshadow palette I'm going to use in today's video is this guy right here. This is our Palette Pro eyeshadow palette in the shade Best of Day, which I am so excited about. Guys, let me know what this palette reminds you of in the comments below. Let me know. I'm going to take our blending brush, picking up a little bit of the shade number 4 right here. I'm going to take this and I'm going to rock it in my crease. This is going to be our transition color. Now, when working with transitions, you want to make sure that they are super soft and blown out. So as you can see, super duper pigmented going on, but the great thing about these shadows is that they're extremely blendable. So once I have the product placed, I'm just going to run it back and forth, and then I'm going to go in circular motions towards the outer portion of the lid. And then I'm just going to run it back and forth from outer corner to inner corner. And you want this to be really nice and diffused, so don't be afraid to be a little bit messy with this. The more soft and diffused, the better. The next shade I'm going to use in the palette is this one right here. I'm going to take this on a blending brush, tap off a little bit, and then what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to rock it back and forth into the depths of my crease, starting with the outer V right here. And then I'm just going to rock it back and forth little by little in the crease, Then with a clean blending brush, I'm going to take it alongside these edges right here to help further blend and just make sure everything is nice and seamless. Let me tell you, harsh edges are not cute. Not cute. It doesn't really matter if you get the shadow like on the inner corner because we are going to carve out our crease. Per usual. The next shade I'm going to use in the palette is this one right here in the shade number 6. Now, I do want you guys to note that I do not have any fallout underneath my eyes, which is really, really great considering how pigmented our shadows are. So I'm going to take this on that same brush, just cleaned off, and I'm just going to pack it towards the outer portion of my lid to really just deepen things up. Now, I do want this to stay in the outer portion of my lid. I'm not going to drag it in the inner corner or anything like that. So outer corner and also in the crease a little bit. Whenever I need blending help, I always send a clean brush in for the rescue. Felt like this was getting really dark in one spot too quick, so I just wanted to use it to help blend it out. All right, guys, so this is what I'm working with. I'm now going to go ahead and carve out a little bit of lid space with my concealer brush and a little bit of the Collab No Flaws liquid concealer. She gets a lot of love. Lettering has wiped off completely. Oh well, doesn't affect the product inside. So I'm going to take my concealer brush and I'm going to use this to carve out a little bit of lid space. So I'm going to take it and I'm just going to carve out this inner part right up in here. And what I love about this concealer is that it's very easy to blend out, which is great for carving out your lid space. Once I have that concealer on my lid, I'm just going to take a fluffy brush like this and then further blend in the edges of the concealer. Now that we have our lid space nice and carved out, I'm going to go in with the shade right here in the shade number 2. And I'm going to pick up a little bit of this shade just because I don't want it to be super oversaturated. And I'm going to place it right next to this shade, and I kind of want them to gradate into each other, like a very soft gradient. Now that that's said, I'm going to take this bone colored shadow on a flat shader brush, and I am just going to apply it all over my eyelid to set down that concealer we applied to carve out our lids. So this look is definitely going to be more of a reverse ombre cut crease look. So what I'm going to do for liner is I'm not going to use a black liner or anything like that. I'm actually going to use a little bit of the No Flaws liquid concealer. I put a little bit of it on the back of my hand, and I'm going to take an angled brush like this. I'm going to pick up a little bit of that concealer and I'm going to use it to create a cat eye wing. So the way that this reverse ombre is going to work is I'm going to work from darkest to lightest on my liner. So whatever dark shade I applied right here, I'm going to apply it in the very inner part of my liner. So I coated my angled brush just like so, and I'm just going to apply shade number 6 closest to the lash line. And the reason we applied the concealer down first is because it is going to act as a guide and also a sticky base for the eyeshadows to stick to. The next shade I'm going to pick up is this one right here, which is shade number 2. And I'm going to apply it right next to shade number 6. The next shade I'm going to apply is this one. This is shade number 1, which is that really pretty kind of like brick orange. And I'm going to pop it right next to it. Then I'm really just fading the orange into the concealer because we do want to keep the end, the tip, light. For mascara, I'm just going to use The Works mascara, which is an all-in-one mascara. So it's going to lengthen and give you volume. So this look definitely calls for lashes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop some on and then I'll be right back. Moving on to primer, I will be using these two primers in conjunction with each other. So I have the hydrating primer and then I have the smoothing primer. Now I know it is a little bit extra to use two primers, but it's just what works for my skin type. Now I am a little bit dry all up in this area because it's where I put a lot of benzoyl peroxide, because as you can see, I do struggle with acne up in this area. So I'm going to take the hydrating primer and I'm going to put it on the back of my hand. As you can see, it is like a gel-like formula, which I really, really like. It's really soothing on the skin. I'm going to take it and I'm just going to apply it in this area right here to further hydrate, just because this area does tend to get super dry. I'm going to take a little bit of the smoothing primer and I'm going to apply in all the areas of my face where I do have a little bit uneven skin texture, so right up in this area. And I'm also going to apply it on my forehead where I do have a little bit of lines, like there. Probably shouldn't do that. I am going for more of a luminous, dewy looking glow all over the skin. So I'm going to go in with a filter highlighting liquid in the shade Spark My Interest. I'm going to give it a little bit of a shake and I'm going to put it on the back of my hand. Now, I want you guys to think Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector, but affordable. It is super duper reflective. It is gorgeous on the skin. And I'm just going to apply this all over. Now, this does have a gold undertone to it, which I really, really love. And I love this product because it is essentially a multi-use product. You can put it on before foundation. You can mix it in with your foundation, moisturizer, BB cream, whatever it is that you want. You can do a lot of different things with this product and it is a staple in the collection. I'm now going to go in with our Bright Spark foundation because I want more of a radiant, dewy, glowing from within look. This is a radiant foundation, so I'm going to take it. It has a pump, in case you guys were curious. Pumps, pumps of foundation, always a win. I am in the shade 04, so I'm going to take this and I am going to apply it to my face with our foundation brush. I'm going to pick up a little bit of the product and I'm going to start in the center of my face. And I'm just going to work my way outwards. Guys, just look at the coverage on this foundation. It's absolutely beautiful. So what I love most about our foundation brush is that it's super easy to get right around our eyebrows. We can get super close without getting product on it. And that's like a big thing for me. Anytime I go in with like a beauty sponge or something like that, I always notice that I get foundation on my brows. These two together have my skin looking so fire, so dewy, glowing from within, in your face, luminous, wet. I'm all here for it. So the next thing I'm going to do is go in with concealer. I am going to use the Collab No Flaws Liquid Concealer. I am in the shade 0405 Beige Tan. And what I'm going to do with this is I am going to apply it directly underneath my eyes to conceal. And I love our applicator. It is so flexible. Pile on the concealer. Anytime I think about our concealer, I think of a mixture between NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer and Urban Decay Naked Skin, like no lie. I'm just gonna go in with the concealer brush and I'm just going to buff it out underneath my eyes. And I like to use this brush to get the blending going. So I'll just take it directly underneath my eyes and I'm going to clean up this part right here. Also going to take the concealer closest to my nose. As you guys can see how you guys can see just how easy it was for me to buff and blend out the concealer, which I really, really love. It's not full-on coverage right away, so it's not going to be like Tarte Shape Tape or anything like that, but you are going to get decent coverage with it. You are able to build this up, which I really, really like. Next up, I'm going to go in with the Kill the Shine Pressed Powder in Honey Almond 0607, and I'm just going to apply this all over my face to set the foundation. And I'm just applying a thin layer, so that way I'm not overly shiny throughout the day. I do want to finish off my lower lash line before I continue with the rest of the face. So I'm going to pick up shade number 6 and I'm just going to smudge this out on my lower lash line to really just bring the entire look together. Once I have that color placed, I'm going to take this pencil brush and I'm just going to smudge. To create the illusion of false bottom lashes, I'm going to take the Collab Ink Addict liner pen and I'm just going to draw little lines directly on my lower lash line. Now they don't need to be even. You could do dots, you could do lines, whatever it is that you want. Then I'm just going to go in with the Works mascara. Moving on to the rest of the face, I'm going to take our Sun Obsession Sculpting Bronzer in the shade Major and I'm going to apply this all over my face. Guys, I've been obsessing over this bronzer. I feel like I've used it in like every single video since we launched. This bronzer reminds me so much of like Benefit Hoola bronzer. It is gorgeous. It's not too cool. It's not too warm. It's honestly the perfect bronzer to apply on your cheeks, sculpt out your nose, whatever it is that you want. The highlighting powder I'm going to use today is this one. This one is in the shade Glow for the Gold. And then I'm just going to go in circular motions on the apples of my cheeks. I'm also going to take that highlight and highlight right here in the very inner corner to draw forth light. For blush, I'm going to use this guy. This is our Soft Spot Sheer Blush in the shade Sweet Surprise. I'm going to take it on a brush and I'm just going to apply it onto the apples of my cheeks. And I'm going to blend the blush back into my bronzer so that way everything just looks nice and seamless. For lip liner, I'm going to use our Line and Define Lip Contouring Pencil in the shade Burnt Up. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to line my lips, just the perimeter. Then the lipstick I'm going to use is this one called Toss and Turn. And just like that, guys, this is the look. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm all here for it. I'm loving it. Have you guys tried collab makeup? If you have, what do you like about it and what do you guys want to see in the future? We are currently working on expanding our foundation line. I know that was a huge deal in a lot of our first videos, but I did want to be that voice for you guys and let you guys know we are expanding the undertones. I know our undertones are very warm at the moment. We're working on neutral undertones, cool undertones, and we're also working on deep, dark complexion products. So we are fully expanding the complexion product line, so please sit tight, bear with us. We are working as fast and as hard as we can, and I did want to be that voice for you guys. But outside of that, if there are any other products that you guys want to see in the line, definitely let us know, because we are in the process of creating products for spring, fall. It's all in the works. Honestly, it's such a whirlwind and there's so many moving pieces, so I definitely would value your guys' feedback in the comments down below. I'm also going to link everyone from the collective down below because I'll also be uploading videos, and I definitely want you to check out my fam bam because everybody's creating awesome looks, awesome reviews, stuff like that. So with that, guys, I don't think I have anything else to say except I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I'll be sure to catch you guys all on the next one. Deuces.